Hey, welcome to Understanding Global Warming. And now we are looking at, where does this fossil fuel actually come from and why is it such a big problem with the CO2? Well, the nature, and we had like really high concentrations of CO2 in the atmosphere long time ago. Like when the dinosaurs were there, we had like much higher concentrations of CO2 in the air and the planet was much warmer, And then there were like millions and millions and millions of years, nature was taking all this CO2 with all the plant material and so on, and producing biomass. And this biomass, then with some geological stuff, went into the ground. It was like getting into water, lakes, and sediment and stuff on top of it. It's complicated. But basically, like nature was taking the CO2 from the air, putting it into biomass, and then it was stored in the ground by some geological processes. So it was air, biomass, and then it became stuff like oil, gas, coal, and so on. It was stored in the ground by these processes. And then it went away. So the temperature, the CO2 concentration on the planet was getting lower and lower and lower. And for the last 1 million years, the thing was really stable. Like the CO2 concentration was fluctuating. We had like ice ages and warm ages and so on. But there's like processes going on. It was like, on average, stable. It was like around 240 parts per million CO2. And then we humans came and we started to take this stuff, which was like in the ground for millions and millions of years, tens of millions of years, like when the dinosaurs were alive, that kind of time. And we take this stuff and we started to burn it. So we took the stuff from the ground and put it up in the CO2 in the atmosphere again. And the problem is we are doing this on such a large scale that the average was 240. Now we have already 425, which is like unseen for like tens of millions of years. And we are not going down anywhere. We are like increasingly putting more CO2 in the air all the time. So it's getting worse and worse and worse. If we burn up all the known resources which are there, we are going in the directions of well above 1,000 parts per million. And these kind of CO2 concentrations in the prehistoric past, like long times ago, are associated with like something like 10 degrees more temperature on the planet. That's like the problem. Everybody's talking about 1.5 degrees or 2 degrees target and Paris. This is absolute BS. It's going to be much worse. We are going in 4, 6, 8, 10 degrees more temperature on the planet when we burn up all the stuff. And this is the direction we are going to. We are burning and burning and burning all the time more. You look at the statistics, we are just burning and increasing the CO2 concentration on the planet all the time and increasingly faster. We are burning and burning every more. So we have to do something and really make a radical shift. That's why it's really required. So thank you very much for watching. And of course, please follow the channel.